What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Measy Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest, okay? Now, you've seen the title, but before we begin, go ahead and hit that subscribe and that like button for me. Let me know you're down with the channel. Appreciate you. So, this guy, JT the Bigga Figga, aka Fig Panamera, right? People forget, like, how entangled with a lot of these people he really is. This dude has rubbed shoulders with some serious, stars, and a lot of these, hip-hop icons, whatever you want to call them, a lot of them have, right? A lot of them have rubbed shoulders with, but this dude, the amount of rappers this guy knows in all these different areas is ridiculous, right? So, now don't get me wrong, right? And I'm sure I've said this before too, a lot of people just say he just runs his mouth. Like, all right, yeah, he runs his mouth sometimes when he get on his little live, especially when he was in Africa. I feel like he was just kind of a little bit maybe bored and just, I don't know, maybe felt like, okay, let me just, talk my little ish on this little Instagram, whatever, YouTube. But let's just really dig to what he has accomplished, right? This dude has been with a lot of artists, man. So this dude, let's take it all the way back, right? He been messing with Master P, right? See, here's the thing, real quick. People forget how old JT is. This guy's like 50 almost, I think, right? He's like 50 years old. So, with that being the case, you had a lot of years to, you know what I'm saying? So, he didn't work with Master P, right? He didn't work with Messy Marv. He didn't work, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did something with J Diggs before. It was cool. Pretty much the majority of the Bay he has worked with, right? Now, he also, right, has, okay, so Zaytoven, right? It's crazy how it all ties in together. Zaytoven is really from the Bay. He's really from Frisco, right? He moved to Atlanta I want to say early 2000s or something, somewhere around there. He's been out there a long time, right? But he's originally from Frisco, right? So JT had a relationship with Zaytoven. So Zaytoven started working with an artist named Gucci Mane, right? Now Gucci, as we know Gucci Mane now, right? Before, early 2000s, Gucci Mane was, an up and coming guy. He started working with Bankroll Fresh before he had passed, OJ the Juice Man, Young Ralph, Gorilla Zoe. All the main stars who are big now and even semi-big, he knew them, right? And so he ties into something else too. I'm going to tell you in a minute. But so in 2011, he kicks off the magazine in Atlanta. He ended up going out there to, Atlanta in 2010. 2011, he kicks off the magazine, right? Then he just does that to just get to know all the rappers, right? So he starts going by Fig Panamera, as we know, right? So we got JT the Bigga Figga, we all know him out here on the West, right? JT the Bigga Figga, that's a name, that's a known name, right? Then he goes to Atlanta. He gets a fresh little situation. He just said, look, I seen how they did it with what's his name? With 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? He flipped his name. He was Titty Boy and his 2 Chainz. Next thing you know, bam, fresh start to his career, It ain't like he got nothing really bad like that on his career, nothing like that, But just in terms of show business, you get a fresh face, a fresh name. And you got to remember, this guy got probably, I want to say about a few million subscribers already, right? So imagine you show up to a whole different city. You show up from Frisco to Atlanta. You got, you understand me, 2 million subscribers. And then, oh, who's Fig Panamera? Then he must be somebody, right? So bam, he ends up, and I seen the little documentary, the footage of this. So he prints up 800 8-foot signs. 8-foot signs. You hold them with the bar like this and you wave them. He prints up 800 8-foot signs. Fig Panamera, blah, 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 right? Bam, prints those up, waves them around. He goes to all the homeless people. Look, let's go. Come on. I'm going to give you guys $100 today, right? He paid everybody $100, right? So, bam, they're waving the signs. They're doing their thing. If, let's say, you just pull up and you oh, who's this? Fig Panamera, right? You see what I'm saying? So, he's known out there, bro. He's known out there, right? So, look. So, he kicks off the magazine, right? So, he starts going by Fig Panamera. Even recorded some stuff with Future before he was famous. So, you got to remember, these people are famous, bro. Future, Gucci, you understand me? So started doing some stuff with Young Thug. He knows Young Thug, right? So I guess one of his homies told him, look, there's a dude, he's real strange, but, you know what I'm saying, he's going somewhere, so you might want to get with him, whatever. So, bam, works with Young Thug. Worked with the Migos, right? So, he couldn't afford to sign the Migos at the time. His money wasn't right, and he was kind of betting on Gucci. But then at the same time, Zaytoven was saying, look, Gucci's good, but he about to go to prison. Because remember, he went to prison a while back, right? So, it kind of ended up, so anyway, I think he did something with Migos. I'm not sure. But anyway, so look, so, and then so in this interview, by the way, all this is based on an interview that he had on No Jumper, right? So, real quick though, right? This particular interview in just a 10-minute clip lets you know how much history this guy has in music, right? How much, like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of history, right? So then he kind of was speaking on, like, if you work with Drake, it's a guarantee as long as you pay for promotion, you know what I'm saying? So for those that don't know, he had like a little movie situation going. He had released some movies out there in Atlanta, I think on Trapflix, right? It was similar to Netflix, but it's his own little movement, right? So he speaks on like basically like if you work with Drake, it's a guarantee. He speaks on working with Curtis Snow. That's another one. He working with Curtis Snow. That's not I didn't say he worked with Drake. I'm just saying if you do something with Drake and you pay for your promotion, that's a guarantee. He speaks on working with Curtis Snow. He signed Kevin Gates before anybody signed Kevin Gates. That's a big one too. He signed Kevin Gates before anybody signed Kevin Gates, right? So he didn't sign him to no type of like deal. He just gave him a distribution deal, and I think they did a whole project together. So that's big too. So far, who we got? We got this is everybody he just know, just in that South area, right? Zaytoven, right? Gucci Mane, Bankroll Fresh, OJ the Juice Man, Young Thug, Gorilla Zoe, Young Ralph, Migos, Curtis Snow, Future. Like, bro, these are big. You feel me? So I guess apparently also Lucci's first song was with JT on Gucci Mane's album, right? Then he also, in the interview, he speaks on, knowing Big Nut. So here, this is where it ties into something a little bit, goes into something else, right? So Big Nut was murdered, right? Now, Fannie Willis, the one who's prosecuting Donald Trump, it's crazy how all this ties in. Fannie Willis, the one who's prosecuting Donald Trump, she supposed to have like some sort of thing with him, like I was her boo or whatever. So anyway, Big Nut was really his boy, right? Big Nut was really his boy. Like he wasn't like, that was his boy. And he ended up falling out with Young Thug, I guess, over Big Nut. Because I guess he had passed away and then it became all drama. But anyway, also, not to mention, Birdman. He was street promotion for Rich Gang. He was in Miami, Texas, all these different places doing the little promotion for Rich Gang. So it just goes back, like, it's not always what you doing now. I'm not saying he's not doing nothing now, but this dude has done a lot of stuff. He's rubbed shoulders with a lot of people. He could probably tap in with a couple of these people today, assuming that they have a good relationship, and say, hey, look, man, I'm trying to put this and this together. You know what I'm saying? Let's link up. And they might just shoot him not solid just on the fact that he kept it